hoping Arnold will start first.
There's a gentleman in the room.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. All right, my name is Olawunmi Oyedeji. Everyone calls me Olah. I'll say I'm a producer, presenter. What could I? All right, basically, I'm a creative entrepreneur. That's just what.
The business.
I'm a creative entrepreneur. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Janell Inez, and I am an actress. I am an artist. I did hosting. I do interior design and landscape design. I an instructor, also. Still your Creative Academy in Nigeria as the acting instructor, off and on there.
My name is Arnold Turner, and I'm an entertainment photographer. And I've been doing entertainment photography for the last 30 years at a high over.
So you have this amazing talent, multi-talented, all kinds of creativity we have here. This panel we're talking about, art for impact, how art shapes culture, influences change, and drives social impact. So we'd love to hear from each of you, whoever would like to start. What does art for impact mean to you personally and professionally?
I'll start. Art is everything because it starts from within first, and you are allowed to see what we see in our minds. And so one of the exercises that I would do when I was teaching my acting class in Nigeria was called interpretive art. And at the campus, they would have numerous pieces of art from the Nika's art gallery. Yeah. And so I would have the students walk through and take in the pieces and choose one piece that resonated with their soul, that told their story. And then they would have to improv that story. And then we, watching, would have to figure out what piece they were interpreting. And it was like an icebreaker in the class because it allowed them to tell the story of themselves without telling the story of themselves. And it just pulled us in. So interpretive art is everything. It's the beginning, it's the end, it is everything in the middle.
My art is frozen. I take a picture and I freeze a moment in time that took place. So technically, if I was working this particular, I would take a picture of us. And our picture would be seen by next gate tomorrow, would be in the newspaper, or it'd be on a television show. It would talk about the seminar that's taking place today. So I would freeze a moment, and in my world, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
For me, though, art for impact, I feel like, I actually always tell people that media shapes the world. It shapes to make people think. It shapes the way people behave, and it shapes the entire society. A lot of the things that we do, a lot of the culture that we have, right, that some people play to hide, it's got to do from media. And it's important for me to ensure that whatever I'm hitting out there is positive. So I would say I'm an advocate for positive media. Because if you have to watch it, it has to make sense. And not just make sense. It has to drive you to do something positive. We see a lot of things that a lot of young people watch a lot of things, and next day they're carrying guns, they're doing a whole lot of stuff and all that, they're doing drugs and all that. So for me, it is positive impact, and that is what drives you.
Right. Okay. Can you share, if you like, individually, any experience where your art either directly influenced some social change or just awareness or just made some sort of, difference beyond maybe something you expected?
So I'll go. So I have a piece that I'm showcasing here at the festival. And it is the fascinating thing about that piece is that what it evokes in so many people when I explained it. Because you can look at piece of artwork and you can appreciate it. And there may be some things that you see or that you don't see and that resonate in you. But it isn't really until it's explained, because to men, and that's the name of the piece, everything has been mended. Everything, right? The clothes that we have on, down to our souls, right? You feel like life has torn us apart. But has it really, right? And so love as a foundation keeps us together. And it was surrounded by strength. So that's where my peaks talks about. So what the response that I have got for that piece alone has, honestly, it has really changed my life, because I was doing vibrational and energy art, and I still do that. And I'll say what that is. And so what that is I measure sound. Like, he takes pictures and he freezes it. You know, it's a moment frozen in time. We're so used to, like, I will always remember what Olah's voice sounds like, right? We'll never forget that. When we hear Olah down the street, around the corner, we're like, Olah, that's Olah. Right. But we never get to see the sound. And so I record the sound and I mimic that vibration in my artwork. And so it goes from the first cry of your child that's being born. It goes from the heartbeat in an ultrasound of hearing, now seeing your child's heartbeat. The last message of a mother's child who she lost unexpectedly, the last message that she left her child, I record and transfer that sound into a piece of artwork. Having a mother who is 95 say home sweet home, and seeing that vibration in the front of her mother's house front of her daughter's house, every time she comes home. When her mother is a hearing, she will always get to see that voice and know that that's my mother saying home to eat. So I think that my artwork has changed my life, and it drives me to want to do things that are really going to impact people as individuals in seeing themselves differently, but from collective place. That's people. That's great. Sade.
For me, it is. I've done a number of projects, and one of it was Try My Job. It's a reality TV show that I shot in Nigeria, and I started shooting that in 2012, and I remember the first season how we started. Short story, had nothing in my account, had this big idea, and it's like, okay, how are we gonna get this to right? Then I went for an audition for a film, and I saw the production studio, and I was like, oh, okay, this one costs so much. So I spoke with the person. I was like, you know what, I don't have much money and all of that, but I need to do this, let's do this. And I bargained with him. I negotiated, I might be on 70,000 naira at the time. 70,000 naira is less than $100. And he shot 12 episodes on that show. And $100. And it was interesting because half the time I had no idea we were going to get money for this production the next day, because I needed to pay the crew and all of that. Mind you, 70,000 naira was just for the production itself. Every other thing, the miscellaneous expenses and all of that, I didn't factor that in. So every day I woke up and I was like, Lord, how will it be today? And somehow we got through. We had a fantastic season. We had top celebrities in Nigeria on the show. They were fascinated by it because they'd never seen anything like that. It was getting celebrities to do blue-collar jobs for a day, just basically swapping jobs with their clients for a day. So we went into the markets, and we got a market woman who would never spend her money on Chinese food. All right, so quick story. Chinese food in Nigeria is luxury, right? So, and it's very expensive. And for me, I knew that I always saw people do blue-collar jobs as a very important part of our society. And I realized that these guys go unappreciated all the time. So how about we give them an opportunity to get appreciated and also meet their favorite celebrities that they would never meet, and just give them that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and just make them smile. And for me, every episode was worth a tear as a kid in my... Literally, it was worth the face. Because when I saw the market, there's this woman selling a roasted plantain. They call it Polly. She sells on the goat side, and she's selling roasted plantain, roasted yam, and some fish sauce and all of that. Goldie was alive, God bless her soul. She was the hottest ceremony lady in Nigeria of the time. Great musician and all of that. She was like our Beyonce at that time. And Goldie came on the show and became a lychee celebrity because she was Goldie's number one fan. Literally. And she said, "Thank you so much. This is that. Thank God I did this." And I was just like, thank God I did this. And then the lunch, because the second part of the interview involved having lunch at the Chinese restaurant. So it was like, you're taking a break from your hybrid. He's celebrating you and we're giving you good food, and they're going to take pictures with your favorite celebrities. And a lot of them still have those pictures on their walls till next year. And a lot of them will still call and say, "Hey, thank you so much." And it was so interesting that when Goldie passed, the woman happened to be living down the road, by the way, where I lived. She saw me driving and she's saying, "Oh my God, come to..." And she started crying on the street. I said, "Oh, sorry." It was painful, right? But it just went a long way to let me know the impact it's had, not just on her, but on other people watching it. And there was this day I was hanging out with my friends. I got a call, because then I used to have my number on the screen. And I got a call I was in Lagos by the way, I got a call from Kara State. A young man had called me saying, he wanted to start a business and he didn't know what to do. He just saw my show and saw this number and he needed advice. And so I passed my out and started consult for him. So it was a short business consultation. And I realized that, Tripod Job was not just an entertaining show. It was empowering and encouraging people to start businesses, letting them know how much they needed to start HB fast, and also empowering and encouraging the people that we do not pay so much attention to every day. That for me those are moments that, I take back and I'm like, well, thank you. I want to work on a storybook or a lookbook. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but it gives me an idea of, this is how I want it to look. And I can send it to someone who is a professional in that area without having to go back and forth and talk a million times to say, hey, this is what I'm trying to achieve. This already helps me visualize what I want to do. And then I send it to this person and he understands it because he can see a visual representation of what I want to do. So yes, that's the positive. The negative is the low self-esteem. It's constantly projecting on people. And I worry about that, especially with AI images. I'm not a fan of AI images at all. Like, it doesn't make sense to me, right? That only works when I want to work with it and just do something, but that won't be the final outcome of it. It's just a canvas that I need to work with. That's it. But in terms of me having an image of me enhanced by AI on my DP, I'm not a fan. It's just...
And that's such a hard position to be in, because it's like it's 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I support it in this way, but we're all there. I don't fool with AI at all. I'm just. So for me, it's like the more we use, the more if all of you guys upload your image to AI. It's not just to that software, it's everywhere. So you're creating AI characters and take me, an actress, out of, because they have all these spaces and all these voices, to create all of these characters. And no one that you see, nothing that you experience is gonna be real. Yeah, everything is gonna be artificial, and you'll get charged for years.
You are yourself.
The crazy point is there's a viral video going on right now. I don't know how to tell you how to go get it, but it's there. And probably if you Google it, how to shut your AI off. But if you any form that you're on, whether it's Google, Amazon, Microsoft, the technology has upgraded to your email, to your system, and AI is already on. So your upgrade came with AI on. So you have to learn how to turn it off. So you have to go into your Google account, you have to go into your Microsoft account, you have to go into your Amazon account, whatever one you have to go in there and the settings that turn your AI off. Because it is recording you, it is documenting you. If you use Google Maps, it's tracking you where you go, where you've been, and it comes up. Like if you put in LA Live, it already comes up. You know what I mean? Because it's already tracking you, because it's already know that you've been there. So again, you have to learn how to go shut it off.
Yeah.
If AI is an issue for you, shut it off, because it's already on.
I just turned it off.
All about it. I didn't even know. I didn't know I was a supporter.
Good too, man. You don't even know. Like, I saw that video and I learned how to turn it off on my Gmail, or my Google, because I don't want it on there. It's like everything you're saying, the way you're writing, your emails, everything is recording. I get that for you, though. Yeah, I'm senator.
And my Google Maps, I have to put everything in manual now. I don't want the history in there.
I need to figure that out, because I've noticed even, and I know this is a tangent, but just even on my way, like in I might start my day, my phone is already asking me, do you want directions to this place? Like I go to the gym often. I might not be going on a Saturday, and it's already asking, It's like,
Yeah, and of course, that obviously it's going to be unavoidable at some businesses, but to promote it, to take people's jobs away, and that's what's not there to be.
So yeah, that's a crazy thing. Technology. I don't know if you're getting into technology, but since we're talking technology space, I mean shopping. You go to Ralph's or you go to Target. It's the automated checkout. Yeah. That's someone's job. Yeah. That's been taken away. Like it's like it's like 7 or 8 automatic checkout counters. People using it because it's convenient, but at the end of the day, that was someone's job a year ago. It's gone. And you think about the multiple amounts of routes and the multiple amount of parking spaces and things like that someone used to be there, take your money or take your card. That's automated technology.
Me a little different. I don't think I'll ever go through a self-checkout again.
No, but on the plus side, so I was telling someone, we had this conversation a couple of days ago, and I was like, as much as AI is taking people's jobs, it's also creating a million more jobs, right? With that, I have to constantly learn to pivot. So project management I'm not going to handle project management the way we used to handle it a year ago. I'm not just going to be a project manager anymore, because I know that with Jira and a lot of other platforms, people can get project management done easily, right? So you're going to learn to, what are the opportunities AI is creating and how do I tap into that? And that's what people need to look at. And someone was saying the other day that the next set of millionaires will be our plumbers, our electricians, our carpenters, because those are jobs that AI cannot do for you until you decide to hire or buy a Chinese doll that can be your maid. But I don't know how many people will be comfortable with that. But yeah. But even at that, they still cannot do it perfectly. So the next set of millionaires, people like Janell who work with their hands, who are very hands-on, handsy, and creative, right? So we need to also start learning, because it's inevitable. A lot of jobs will be gone. A lot of jobs are being created, and we need to learn to pivot. That's it.
That resonate with what you stand for. Because I personally only do what makes me happy, and what makes other people happy. And so that everyone's happiness is different. So it's going to be different for me every time. I'm only going to do what I want to do and what I feel good about and what I think is right.
Wow.
I did all that. We also, I promote professionals. If a client wants to be, they come to me, they photograph a document that we have. They come to me because because they've seen the effort. They like the way that I work. They like the way that I handle this. They like the way that I get this. So professional is. See, is my. Ja, I mean, plus part of videographer, and that's showing up space. It's mainly happy, so I can't be good to myself forever. I had to share it, so I do my very best to share what other artists coming into the space. But I get professionalism. So it's myself.
Hey. And for me, it just has to be bust, right? The projects you never catch me. That's just it. It has to make sense. I have to be able to go to bed at night and be at peace with myself, knowing fully well that, okay, this is not just about the money, this actually is impacting someone's life positively. If it's not, I'm not the part of it.
And I know that this is a little easier said than done. Oh. But you can walk with here, you see. Like, sometimes you get involved in Nate's edit. They don't end up being what he signed up for in what? And I guess sometimes you can't because we pick a jail, right? You need to get rid them all in a loyal right to what you signed up for, and that things can't go astray. But you gotta cut the beat man up and be like, okay, well now I'll never do that again with that person again. But you have to know what your limitations are in law. And it is copying highly to the integrity of the art, how you move for your reputation and your peace, right? Then you have to make that ultimate decision. But you know what? But if dies, is necessary.
That's me. I think that's really important, the project. Too, but a lot of times people feel like once you committed to something and once you started something, it's too late. Like you can. Not in every situation, like, having the strength and, the knowledge, just kind of, you can't step away,
It's just that. It's just not up. And sometimes we would just don't know that there should be a certain thing because it's just what they've always been. Well, there's a new kid on. We don't go like that. So I want you to be. This is how you have to move with me. So. And I think that also the good thing about standing for something is that people are watching. And those people will be drawn to you. They will resonate if you work, they would want to work with you. Case in point, one of the projects I did back in Lagos, same try my job. So after what we shot first edition, first season in 2012, right? 7 years later, we had the governor on the show, a current governor of Lagos State, and he's the person of the show. And why did they get paid the show? It was because they'd seen try my job, they'd seen the impact it had on people. And so the governor wanted to be part of his campaign, his election campaign. And so he was able to try the job of a mechanic for a day. He worked at the hairdresser for a day. He fixed phones for a day. Right, we got him to try like 4 different blue-collar jobs, and they absolutely loved it. And the reason they were able to do that was because this is something that they wanted to identify with. So it's important to set a standard and move by it.
I love it. I love it so much because you get, you gain an appreciation and a respect for somebody else that you never do. Nor do you want to go back to doing it, and you realize how necessary they are, how relevant they are, and so you respect it. Your respect for that, bro. So I that's what I think. Thank you.
What advice do you all have for, emerging artists who want to see their platform, showcase their work or use your platform in some way for art, but for also for social gaze or some sort of asset?
I mean, again, it boils down to who you are and what's a short to you. But like the gentleman said in the first, there's absolute no excuse for you not to do it, right? So we're not even talking about, because the world's become so social media-ish, the age really doesn't matter. It's people that make it nutty. They're making a lipid. So it's for old heads and it's for young people. Young people are going to take, I feel like, are going to take more chances to get their stuff out there. They're just going to get it out there. But the older generation was stuck in the format of how things should be done. I could never, present a final project that looks like this or feels like this. Sometimes I'm not saying forget the quality of it, but get out of your way and just be like,
I recommend it. I work a lot of young photographers and videographers. I recommend to them the most, like here in Southern California, there's UCLA, there's a lot of big state, there's it's Santa Monica College are really big photography schools, like that. I recommend to them to go along with you each, because we talk about digital, we talk about it being in the digital age, get easy. You can turn the camera on, put it on automatic, it's got record. It's put it on automatic, it's gonna take a picture. But that takes your creativity out of it. You're letting the camera do it. You are the creator of the image. You are the creator, because I'm really about film. You are the creator of film. Leave your camera on automatic, yeah, it's gonna record. But your creativity is gonna call. You just track it off. But if you go to school and you learn the art of photography, you look at art, what people to do, learn your exposures, learn that you be shooting the dark room as would be creative, things like that. So I always reflect down. Well, the forces take a class. We'll learn the part. That's what I teach.
I'm not piggyback on that, because a lot of people forget that there is a process every single. Say, oh, I'm very passionate about this. This is what I wanted to, and all of that. And the question is how you will work it, how you will do this. The truth is, nobody will believe in you until they see you actually doing it. So you need to have some skin in the game. You need to put your money where your mouth is. You're going to have to fund this for a long time till someone sees it and believes in me enough to say, hey, I want to do this, receive. And that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, that's not the words. People don't invest in dreams. People invest in things that they can see. They invest in traction. And even in the tech world, they want to see traction. They want to see the numbers. How many people are using your product? How many people have signed up? How much are you early? What's your revenue? So these are things that really pay attention to. And one of the things that I really want to do, because here's next year, we're probably going to have that as part of the festival. They need to learn the business side of the business side of the very important. And it's great.
So just a big example of you. The reason why it's called Get a business, the business.
Yes.
It is 90% business, 10% your creativity. Sure. Business, it is a business. It's contracts. There's a price for this, there's a price for that. So you understand that it's fun to be in. It's great to be in. But for behind the scenes people, it's business.
You have any questions? Anyone? I use it there. Questions? Okay, cool. No, this was wonderful. I mean, I think it was great, and I think you should absolutely add that in the future. I said that at the last panel. Just film business, that creative aspect. I respect each and every one of you. You're crap. I think I can't express I respect crap. So I appreciate you saying you suck. Yeah, like Ben go to school, study, go craft. That's something I feel like I say it a lot. So I appreciate that so much. So thank you all so much for your time.
Kind of speak up to that. You did an amazing job. Oh, there's a